Standing by.
Standing by.
Out they come, the Newcastle Knights, the defending champions of this Nissan International Sevens. Won it last year in fine style. The kick by Ashley Gordon. You can see there just jogging out. Fantastic pressure cook with him. Kick at him over St George last year. And the American team making their first appearance on the Sydney Football Stadium in this international competition. Let's run through the team cards for you. The Americans, Brule, Lambert, Thompson, Dwyer, Wilkinson, Ciano, Titus, Mann, Lewis and Studevant. Gee, there's some handles there, isn't it? What about Salty?
Go, Salty.
And for Newcastle, Ashley Gordon, Schuster, Ainskow, Kemp, Hagan, McCormack, Glanville, a player of the series last year, Miller, Marquette and Boyd. So the American side, the oldest side, Fatty, playing in this competition. The average age, have a look at this
I could be the baby of this side if I was out there. But dead set, all over 50.
They're big boys. And they've got a big task ahead of them taking on Newcastle. Played magnificent football here last night, Newcastle, and they're in the same frame of mind they were last year. Mark Glanville, the player of the series last year, an outstanding performance again last night. He's a very good player, so strong.
Yeah, Mark Glanville had an outstanding game last night, and he beats 2 and 3 every time he gets the ball.
Ian Parnaby ready to set proceedings underway. Well, the international flavour continues here at the Sydney Football Stadium. The liquid sunshine still falling, but no one cares. This crowd enjoying every second of it. The Americans start proceedings. David Boyd smashed down by the Americans, but they've got a big job to contain this fellow. Hagan, he's a real tactician in this sort of football. Tony Kemp, former international Kiwi, stands in the tackle though. A little bit of push and shove. The Americans don't want to let him play it. McCormack.
Very good keen defence early by the septic tanks. They're going pretty well early.
Yeah, they're hitting pretty hard, aren't they? Wrapping them up, ball and all. They don't want to let go, and that's the reason for the penalty. I said, come on, you got to get them off and let them play it. They're wasting a lot of time, the Americans, in the tackles. Ashley Gordon takes the kick for Newcastle, drives the ball down, and they'll restart just outside the 22. So the first big test for the Americans now to hold out this very slick and smart Newcastle side. Robbie McCormack. He takes the tap, gets it on to Boyd. Boyd smashes his way into the 22. Some big defence from the Americans. Now it comes out. Glanville loses the ball, pounced upon by Wilkinson.
Good defence there by the Americans. A crunching tackle which jolted the ball loose. First time they've had the ball. What can they do with it?
It's Gary Lambert. Play it for the Americans, gets a smack, let's go. Time to move it, he says. Out wide for Dare Studevant. They've got some fancy names.
They've got some good names. Bob Brule, Terence Titus.
Solly Thompson, number 3 is my favourite. He sounds like an ex-Manly player.
He'd fit in well down there at the moment. No, he's not a Kiwi, he wouldn't.
Scrum's backed. Just short of the 22. Oh, big push from the Americans. Gee whiz, they've pushed hard in that scrum. All right, Newcastle come back now. Kemp fires one out. This is Schuster. Schuster. 32 out from the line. Hagan sets it up for McCormack. McCormack puts the foot down, flicks one over the top. The Americans push him out of the way, and the referee's gone, well, wait a minute.
That was great scrambling defence by the Americans. Michael Hagan threw a beautiful ball out right to McCormack. It looked like a try for all money, but the Americans came from nowhere and saved the try.
Well, this scrum will pack around about 5 metres out from the American line. Scrum collapses, penalty goes to the Americans. Gary Lambert looks like he wants to take the kick.
Yeah, he's well known in sevens circles. He played against the Wallabies a few years ago. Very experienced player.
There's plenty of him. They boot the ball out of that danger zone, the 22. Now, let's see what they can do in attack. Newcastle, straight line of defence. The Americans wasting a lot of time, Paul. Set move on here. Head down, away he goes, Bob Brule.
What about him? He looks like he should be in a Mad Max movie.
Looks like he should be right.
39 years of age.
Having a go is Rory Lewis. Play it back to Salty Thompson. Out of Titus wrapped up. They'll put him down. David Boyd all over the top of him with the help of Hagan. Bit deeper this time, the Americans. Chance here if they can hold it. Brule pulls it in.
Good hands by Brule.
He did pull it in well, didn't he?
This team is obviously being well coached by Russell Fairfax, the former East coach, and they're doing a good job. You know, it's only 2 minutes to go and it's still 0-0. Newcastle, one of the favourites now in the competition.
There's Studevan chasing that kick down. Taken well by Schuster. Brings it back now, the step. Just gets him inside the 22. Some late stuff over the top. Newcastle trying to get out of trouble through Robbie McCormack. McCormack there, split him on. McCormack will go all the way. 3 defenders just broke the line, busted him up the centre, wasting all the time he can, right down to the black dot. The Americans chasing down to make sure he forces the ball. There it is.
Now, I don't know what he was doing, wasting time. There's still, 9 minutes to go in the game. No need to waste time at this early stage. But good individual effort by McCormack. He ran straight through a big gap there. Bustling Bobby Brule couldn't get in. Neither could Steve Ciano, and McCormack all the way to the goal post. And Newcastle, it's taken them 5 minutes to get points on the board. They've finally done so.
Robbie McCormack. Now Ashley Gordon right in front. Sitter for him. Kicked well last night. Yes, sir. 2 points. So Newcastle 6, leading the USA. No score.
And already 5 minutes old, a few of the Yankees are hands on hips and hands on knees. Obviously the pace of the game is getting to them, but they're set up now. They've got the ball. What can they do?
So their chance to attack the Americans now. Hold the ball, turns it back inside, but too much defence there. They come the blind, turn it back inside for Jim Wilkinson. Wilkinson back slam down here in the Sydney Football Stadium. Rain still falling, sea of umbrellas. Great atmosphere here. Mishandled though by Solly Thompson. Picked up quickly. Losing ground though, the Americans. They're back where they started from, Fatty.
Yeah, they're not going too well. They got to brush these fancy moves, just get someone to run the ball up.
Might be a hell of a game if the Americans play the Russians.
Oh, yes.
Gary Lambert trying everything he can to spear him on. This is better stuff now. They straighten up the attack through Mike Dwyer. Midway between the half and the 22, the Americans. Newcastle just going through the motions at the moment. But I remind you, the score is just 6-0.
Well, you can't do that, Steve Ciano. He had a marker in front of him and just played the ball forward, played it sideways. I know the ball can be kicked in any direction, but not when there's someone standing right in front of you. Penalty to Newcastle now, and a chance for them to maybe get some more points on the board before half-time. Quick tap taken.
Jamie Outsko takes the tap, gets it out to Tony Kemp. Kemp stepping around, goes down on a knee, gets up. Now he goes. Has he got the pace? Kemp just gets through one. They come back from behind. Looks to unload, but can't. Was taken down by Carter Mann. And there's the half-time hooter. Ball floats out wide. Another chance for Newcastle. Now down they come. Should score here. Newcastle go over and post points through Michael Hagan right on the half-time hooter.
Yes. 10-0 now. Spreading the ball wide here. They saw the opportunity out wide. Michael Hagan's there backing up inside. But it was Jamie Ainsko, the former Western Suburbs player, who passed it back inside to Hagan, who had the necessary pace to go over. 10-0, kick to come.
Ashley Gordon just waiting to take the kick. Michael Hagan, he's a great player. Didn't he play well last year, directing the traffic? Played well again last night. He loves his sevens.
And the kick unsuccessful, so it's 10-0 at half-time. More distance action in a minute.
Action continues here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Newcastle 10, USA zip at the moment in their lingo. And the Americans have the ball now. What can they do? Can we see a try from the Americans? They're wrapped up on the 22 and slammed down. Wilkinson will get up and play it. Goes on to Lambert. I noticed that Barry Fairfax was having a bit to say to the Americans at half-time.
Yeah, he had a word to say to them. He's not a bad coach, Russell, and let's see if he's said anything constructive to them.
Then Miller wrapping up the defence. No, it wasn't Solly Thompson.
Well, they keep going the wrong way. They've gone the narrow blind there. There was nothing doing, and just a waste of an opportunity.
So Newcastle in possession now. They're doing it pretty well at 10-0. Cormac.
Newcastle at the moment don't look that interested either. It's raining, it's cold. They're playing a side they know they're going to win. They need to get their act together. The big matches are coming up tomorrow.
They sure are, and they're going to be there too. Don't worry about that as Glenn Miller puts it down, picked up quickly by Solly Thompson. Gary Lambert in there too. Lambert trying to sort of G him up a little bit. He's played a lot of rugby sevens. Puts the big boot in. Towering kick. But too big, out on the full.
Once again, this is a waste of a kick. There was just absolutely nothing on, and this is the kick out over the touchline. He had a big back line sit out to the left and decided to go right in the first tackle and kick it. Crazy stuff.
So this scrum will pack midway between the half and the quarter. The Americans into the Sydney Football Stadium. Newcastle ball comes up to Schuster. The turn around for Hagen. The runners keep coming through for this Newcastle side as Jamie Anscow goes down with it. Anscow back for Hagen. Hagen throws a little dummy and takes the tackle. Can't unload. Solly Thompson wraps him up. Cormac fires one out now. Looking for a little wet weather pass, but didn't quite happen, and the Americans get the penalty through. A little Shepherd.
Yeah, a little Shepherd there. Someone ran interference there for Rob McCormack, and the referee picked it up well. And another opportunity for the Americans. Solly Thompson's going to put it out, we hope, and let's see if they can get down near the halfway mark.
So the Americans find the line 10 metres short of the halfway line.
Is that right? Solly Thompson's wife's name's Pepper?
Thompson now firing now. That's a nice double.
Oh, big bad Bob Rule on the burst.
He's lost
but he's dropped it. The blockhead.
Bobby Brule putting it down. Came from about 15 metres back to take it.
He's a mean mother. You'd hate to meet him in a dark alley.
Hagen juggles the ball, fires one out for Schuster. Comes on to Ashley Gordon. He puts it down. Well, loose ball. The Americans can't pick it up. Dare Stuvant puts it down.
It's a shambles here. The rain's coming down. The ball's obviously very greasy. The Newcastle players a bit lackadaisical at this stage. They're only leading 10-0. They'll win the match. But in light of what's in store tomorrow, they need to pick their game up.
36 seconds remaining, so Newcastle have it wrapped up at 10-0. The Americans have been, well, a little flat and disappointing. I suppose the occasion, it's a big one for them too. They've tried to do a little bit in attack, but they've certainly done nothing too much in defence. They started all right. They put off some big tackles in the first minute or so of play. This is Terence Titus.
A better running by Terry Titus, but unfortunately, once again, dropped the ball. They need to take those yards up forward. Newcastle going left. Mike Hagen, as usual, getting the ball away.
Schuster. Little dance around. Bob Brule over the top. Big bad Bob, as you call him, Fatty.
Tackle, Bob.
McCormack. McCormack stepping. Still stepping.
Well, he's been the only Newcastle player, Ray, Darryl, as far as I'm concerned, who's made some inroads, and he's had a great game.
Hagen gets it on for Ashley Gordon. He winds up. Oh, nice ball out for Schuster. Puts it down, though, and time running out. Oh, no, we've got 2 minutes 30. 2 minutes and 35 on the clock.
Unfortunately. No, the Americans are going all right. It's a bit of a big occasion for them. They've come a long way. And unfortunately, as I said, they're all over 30, bar one player who's 26. That's Mike Dwyer. And
Fatty, I think the great thing about this is that the organisers, Colin Love and his team of people, have really done a great job to bring so many internationals out here for our rugby league world to take part in. I mean, it's a changing face of the game. It's great to see the talent. Sure, they're not up to our standard. We knew that before they came here.
Oh, no,
but it can only do good things for the game.
It's been a great competition. I mean, I've just found it interesting seeing the different types of jumpers, the different colours and the flags, and as Michael Hagan strides away for a try.
Hagan, easy one now. Hagan will finish it off here with a try. No trouble about that. Under the black dot. 1 minute 47 and counting down on the scoreboard, ticking over for Newcastle now. 14 to block with a kick to come.
It's been a great idea, the competition. As said, the colours, as McCormack out to Hagan, there was no defence whatsoever. A big yawning gap there, and he's in second gear at the moment, strides away. 14-0 kick to come.
The one thing you notice as I look then is Gary Lambert, who has played a lot of football. Here's the kick, and successful, so 16-0. Thing I was going to say, just looking at Gary Lambert, I mean, he has played a lot of international sort of football in the union game, but they don't chase. We haven't seen a side other than the Fijians that are prepared to chase.
Yeah, you did, Rod. That's just plain bone laziness. But here's a chance for the Americans.
Kick went through. They're going to score.
Oh, yeah,
no, they don't. Oh, dear, so close. Carter Mann almost had a chance. Der Stuyvesant dives on the ball and the referee gives him a penalty. Have a look at Ashley Gordon's face. He's not filthy about it. Well, the Americans with a chance to put some points on the board. If it happens, let me tell you, the crowd will go mad. There's only 37 seconds. They're wasting lots of time.
Oh, they're bringing Bobby Brule on.
Bobby Brule's going to charge the line. No doubt about that. Here he comes, Big Bad Bob. Fired up and popped up as our Bob.
Must be a set move.
Here we go. This is like Jack Gibson's old wall. There they go, deep breaths and everything. It's a gridiron play. He takes the tap. Will he make it? He scrambled over. He can't do it. Oh, bad Bobby, you blew it. Oh, dear. Have a look at this. They put in a straight. You can't do that, Bobby. Get in there. There's a scrum to back down.
That's the stuff we've come to expect, and a great game.
Bobby wanted to put on another wall.
Yeah.
And there they go. Newcastle go out winners. 16 points to 0 over the Americans. We saw a little bit of gridiron come into that. Big Bobby Brule. There they go. There was the wall. I did some huff and puff before. He stumbles. He's got up. He's forgetting about double movements. Have a look at Gary Lambert. He's come over the top and just belted him. The Americans, no score but plenty of colour. Here's another angle. Look at Big Bad Bob barging away at the line, and I can't believe Gary Lambert. He's run and blocked the fence.
Yeah, good effort by the Americans, all the same. It's 16-0, and they've held them well.
And we'll be back with more action with the Nissan 7. Stay with us. Craig Coleman leading out the South Sydney side now. Big Mark Carroll in behind him as the famous red and greens come back out onto the Sydney Football Stadium. Of course, Newcastle already through in this pool. And the new uniforms of the American side, they came out in a very, well, ordinary white outfit the first time out, but they've certainly gone the Stars and Stripes this time.
Stars and Stripes. Is there a Star-Spangled Banner around?
Wow, what a uniform, what a strip. Let's have a look at the makeup of both sides for you. The Americans, Big Bad Bob, we've got him. Lambert, of course, has played a lot of rugby union. Thompson, Dwyer, Wilkinson, Ciano, Titus Mann, Lewis and Stuyvesant. That's their lineup. For South Sydney, Maven Thompson, Maven Brown, Minto, Trindle, Coleman, Butcher, Sedaris and Mark Carroll. There he is, Big Bag Bobby. He put on the wall, he put on the gridiron move here and did all he could to score.
Yeah, he nearly got there. He stumbled with about half a metre to go, and that head's looking very shiny, Bob.
Okay, Billy Harrigan blows time on, and the Americans, can they lift their game as the Russians have done in this tournament? They were pretty ordinary first time out. Let's hope they can put a bit more effort. They'll know that Mark Carroll's been about there.
Yeah, I'd like to see him and Big Bad Bob have a clash.
It might happen. It might happen. But here we go with Gary Lambert down the sideline. Flicks one back inside. There's Big Bad Bob. Can't get the ball, though. Now they keep it alive, the Americans. Maybe they've learned something from the Russians. You've got to throw it around. Up they come again. Rory Lewis throws a wild one back. Cleaned up, though, by the Americans. 10 metres from their own line. So they lost a lot of ground with the ball. Lambert again. Lambert. Oh, what about the gridiron pass? Talk about Wally Lewis throwing big passes. What about Lambert? He's just done a basketball job. Wow, what a ball.
Oh, great pass from Lambert. He's the one player who's actually gone forward on this side now. Penalty to the USA and a chance for them to get some yards in the opposition half if they kick it out.
Well,
which Jeremy Hardy, Salty Thompson's about to do.
We've seen Wally throw some big ones, but nothing that big.
It was dead set a 60-metre pass that from Lambert.
It was a big one. Finding territory to the Americans. All decked out in the red, white and blue. The star-spangled banner of the US of A. Salty Thompson starts proceedings. And out it goes along the back line, but straight away they put it down through Rory Lewis.
Well, they were deep there, but they lost 20 metres in that movement.
Salty Thompson gets pretty involved early in the game. He floats one out. They pick it up. Lambert dives on it.
They've got the right idea, the USA side, about going forward, but the execution of their moves just lets them down a little bit.
So the scrum to pack, midway between the half and the quarter, the USA's end of the ground. Down they go. Big Bad Bob's in a maul here. He's looking to maul it.
They come up with the ball, the US.
Jimmy Wilkinson fires one out for Lambert. He's involved this time. Back to Wilkinson. No scorers yet. South Sydney and the United States. Lambert floats one out for Big Bad Bob. Come running onto it, Big
Bad Bob was away.
He was steaming onto it.
Forward pass.
South Sydney packing down this scrum midway between the half and the quarter. So we're back where we started 6 passes ago.
The Souths haven't had the ball as yet. The game's 3 minutes old.
Coleman to feed for Souths. Oh, the ball swings around and the Americans dive on it. Crowd love this. Just have had plenty of the ball, Fatty.
Yeah, they've had all the ball. And here's Salty.
Salty opens him up again, turns it back inside for Dare Studevant. Plays it back for Salty. Oh, makes a mess of that. Studevant now. Flicks one out for Big Bad Bob. No, cuts Bob out. Little short passes. They've worked play to halfway. First time I think they're in South's territory after all of the ball that they've had. Comes back to Studevant again. He gets some pace on now. Flicks a wild ball back. Picked up.
They're going forward. At least that's one thing. I'd like to see a bit of ball moving out wide now.
Oh, this is a much improved performance. There's no doubt about that. Ciano put a big kick down. Picked up by Souths and Thompson. He'll run it back. This is the first time Souths have had the ball. There's a tackle. 10 metres out. 10 metres out Souths with the ball now. Laban runs it out for Souths, and that's the 22 line you can see. Brown flicks one out.
Yeah, they're a lot more committed this game, the Americans, than they were the last game.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Souths are struggling a little bit here.
Souths will open a minute. Coleman now goes along to Carroll. Carroll floats one out wide for Minto. Minto's got plenty of pace, and he'll score, Minto.
Yes, the former Eastern Suburbs lower grader there. He's just been bought by Souths. He got the open run to the line. The switch of play fooled the Americans. They had the left side of the field covered, but the switch of play saw that there was numbers out wide on the other side of the field. And Mark Carroll just drew the defence. And Johnny Minto, he's a promising young player with the Eastern Suburbs club. I was a bit surprised when they let him go. Is that trying to give him a rap, are you?
Yeah.
Just because you come from there means nothing.
family of beach spinners. They can all run, let me tell you. Unsuccessful kick, so USA 0 and South 4.
First time South's had the ball for 6 and they've come up with a try.
So the Americans will restart play. And it's been a much more committed performance, as Fatty said, as the Russians did. The Russians came out and played very, very well against Canterbury. And the Americans doing a far better job of it. A little knock on there.
The fundamentals, they're falling down on the fundamentals.
They're tending to look where they're going to pass it rather than pick it up first. Salty.
He's not too happy.
He hasn't made too many mistakes, Salty.
His wife Pepper wouldn't be happy about that either.
Scrum packs in the South area. The crowd here have been fantastic to the visiting nations. They've been cheering them on, chanting their names, and giving them all the encouragement. That giant pass. Up they go, the Americans, almost to the 22. Oh, chance here now. Open them up, but they can't go on with it. Too much defence from Souths.
They need to spread out to the left here.
Can they use the ball properly? They're nice and deep. Can't take the ball, though. Spill it, Souths will recover. Trindle now dancing his way around, but a good tackle brings him down 10 metres out.
Yeah, unlucky for the Americans. They had the chance there, but a poor pass right at the bootlaces of the Americans, and they're just not on.
Thompson standing, unloading now. Gets it away to Maben. South Sydney have hardly seen this football. When they have, they've scored. Here goes Maben. He can run, Maben. Lines him up, but a good tackle from the Americans brings him down just short of the halfway line. South now through Coleman. They float along through Brown. Then Maben. Wild ball out for Thompson. Gets it off the deck.
Penalty there, pass off the ground. You can't do that, Manoa Thompson. But it's half-time. It's 4-0. Back in a minute with the second half. Oh, hang on, they're still going.
Americans still in possession through Salty Thompson. The hooter has gone, but play's still underway here. Chant goes up, USA.
Well, what's on? Well, another tricky move. They're lined out deep.
See one of those gridiron moves that they put on in the first game. Nope. Here we go. The Americans. Just Salty. Wild pass, though. Wasted opportunity. And that referee now blows time out. Half-time in this game between Souths and the United States. The score, Souths 4, the USA yet to score. Time on, second half, USA and South Sydney. There's the scoreline for you. The Rabbitohs 4, zip to the Americans. South with the ball. Coleman gets it on to Mark Carroll. Carroll down the middle, Carroll. Turns it back inside now, and Minto. Minto streaks down the sideline, but the Americans take him inside the 22, South Sydney. Coleman stuttering away, waiting, trying to get the gap, gets it through now to Brown. Brown opens them up, he'll score. Brown just left them all gasping for some air, or grabbing for some air, I should say.
Yeah, the Americans getting a little bit tired now. I know it's only early in the second half, but Souths are running right. Craig Coleman, they're holding the ball up. Here he comes now. He's willy-nilly throwing them anywhere. Darren Brown gets the ball. The old one, the oldest trick in the book, hold the ball out and show it. The Americans held off, and Brownie went over for a try.
Kick unsuccessful, so South's 8, USA yet to score.
I'd love to see the Americans score a point. They didn't score a point in the first game.
It would be good.
It'd be great to see them score one here.
I want to see another wall down close to the line. Here's a little variation in play. Little chip over the top, too big, though.
Once again, first tackle, it's a waste of possession.
Thompson floats one out again to Minto. Referee's going to bring it back down, pack a scrum. 24 metres out from the South line.
One thing they've got in the scrum, the US, they've won plenty of scrums against the feed. They've got plenty of weight. They've got the feed this time.
Well, if they can get the ball here, they're at least in an attacking position. That's the 22. You can just see at the top end of your... Well, they get the ball, so let's see what they can do with it now. That's what they can do with it. Put it straight down.
Well, he's been standing out here all... he's got pneumonia, number 7.
Terence Titus.
He's got pneumonia from standing out there doing nothing. He's going, hey, man, give me a good pass, man.
Scrum sets down midway between the half and the quarter. Coleman to feed for Souths. Just trying to get the ball out. Thompson. Plenty of pace. Thompson looking for Minto. Thompson might need him. It's taken, though.
Yeah, good chase by Dare Studevant there. He let him get round him, but he had the pace to pick him up.
Souths on the attack through Maven. Maven goes wide, gets through one, puts his head down. They drive him back, unloads, though. Gets it back for Minto. Minto claps it on now. Flicks one over the top. Taken nicely by Trindle. Heads for the line, and South Sydney to post some more points on the board against the Americans.
Yeah, good enterprising play by South Sydney. Put that one down to Johnny Minto. As I said, a promising lower grader with East. He's been let go. He shows some good skills here, draws 3 in, and Daryl Trindle out wide. They were never going to catch